And we're on again. Welcome to Been There, Almost Rocked It. My name is Keith. And if you've been watching any of the episodes, if you haven't fallen asleep yet, which I'm sure a lot of people have, but if you're still with me, if you left comments or got to this site, however you found it, welcome. Got a little tan. And today, I normally represent a band. Today I gotta go with the Braves, and I'm sure if this is not seen until 4 months from today, and today being the 5th of July, they suck. They suck bad this year. So email them or go see a game and tell them it's gonna get better. Plus, they got a new stadium next year that they got to get into, and this is not the way to sell tickets. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about sports. I'm here to talk about music. My book, Been There, Almost Rocked It, it's written. I'm trying to get it published. So if anybody out there knows anyone like this guy, Gene, see his autographed. I know a lot of people. But I just want to get this thing published, man, and make some money. I'm tired of working for the man. The man. So basically what I do is I tell stories from the book of things that have happened to me before, during, and after shows, concerts since 1978. And so today I'm gonna go back to 1996, January of 96, 20 years ago, and AC/DC. So the story is called AC/DC and the Ugliest Groupie I've Ever Seen. I'm 51. I'll be 52 in 5 days, July 9th, 4 days, Saturday. So wish me a happy birthday. Women, you can show me some boobs. Something, I don't care. But so this is it's a cold day in Birmingham, Alabama, and I happened to work at a radio station in Montgomery, and I had a friend, Steve, who worked at a radio station in Birmingham, where I'm at now. I had tickets. He had backstage passes. So we hooked up, and he got me in the show, and I got him backstage. So, we go to the show. AC/DC, it's the Ball Breaker Tour. And, I guess probably the first time I ever saw AC/DC was back then. Although I did have a couple other chances before, but things happen, man, and I didn't get to go. So it's cold. It's January in Birmingham. It gets cold up here. So I come up, meet my buddy Steve, give him a pass, his ticket. He gives me a pass, and we watch the show. So we met the record rep before the show, and he told us, where to meet and all this bullshit after the show. So after the show's over, we're waiting, he gathers everybody. It's probably about 20 of us. And we go down to the green room at the Civic Center. And I've been to a lot of meet and greets in my life at this time. There's always been beer. And lots of beautiful women. And but the first thing I noticed when I got to the green room, the meet and greet room, was there was just sodas. There was no beer, no wine, no nothing. And that was per the band. It's like I don't even think they sold alcohol at the Civic Center. I know like 3 weeks later in Atlanta, there was no alcohol sold at all, which is cool. I can go 3 hours out drinking a beer. I think I did this night. So anyway, we're backstage at the green room, and so the guys start trickling in, and Cliff Williams comes in, and Phil Rudd, the drummer, who didn't have a gun, he didn't threaten to kill me. So I think all that is bullshit about him. People change in 20 years, so what? Who knows? So anyway, Brian Johnson. Brian walks in, and just a cool guy. I'm 6'4". These guys are like 5'5", 5'6", maybe on a good day with stacks on, Prince shoes. So anyway, I'm sitting there and I'm talking to Brian, and just talking to him, man. He's just a cool, and he's a car guy, and he's talking cars. Not that I know anything about cars, but I can make it sound like I know about any fucking thing. So we're talking that and the tour and all this stuff. But the whole time that I'm talking to Brian, about 20 or 25 feet away, there's a door, the opening to where you come back from a hallway and you go into this green room. Well, to me, this person's back was toward me, and all I could see was this long, like, stringly hair, skinny woman, scrawny looking woman. And I'm thinking, man, the groupies sure do look a little different from what they did back when, I was backstage for Warrant or Rat or Motley Crue or one of those bands in the 80s. And they had some fine ass women. I'm talking about some fine ass women. And so this woman I'm thinking as a woman, is talking to some people, and I'm just talking to Brian the whole time. I'm thinking, dude, man, I hope this is not what. I hope you're married and your wife is on tour with you, because this woman is not even on my worst day would I do that. Kat, if you bite me again, I'm gonna whip your ass. I'm joking. PETA people, whatever. That's my girl. Look. Where are you? Hey, Miss America. Hey. Now she's gonna ignore me, but she was biting the shit out of my hand. Hey, baby. Hey, little girl. If you like, what are you doing? I get distracted by my cats, but those are my kids. So anyway, this woman or whatever is talking to someone and all this stuff, and I'm at the time talking to Brian, thinking, man, this is it ain't happening. So Phil comes by and again was sign my little flat, something they give you that looks like the album in the record company, and you get it signed. Then a couple other guys from ACDC come over, and we're all talking. And about that time, out of the corner of my eye, I see this woman walking toward us. And I'm thinking, my God, man, this woman, it's three things my dad said he never saw in his life: a pretty man, a fat woman, and an ugly woman. He said some women are bigger than the others, and some just don't look as good as the other ones. But so I'm thinking, okay, this woman just doesn't look as good as some of the other ones. Well, as they get closer and closer, and then stands next to me, Brian Johnson turns to me and is like, Keith, have you met Angus yet? It was Angus Young. The ugly woman with the stringy ass hair and the scrawny guy was actually Angus Young. So I kind of had to tell them the story, and they just laughed about it. And cool guys, man. And I've got to see him a couple of times. And when I lived in Tampa, Florida, Brian actually lived over the Skyway Bridge, either in Siesta Key or somewhere near Sarasota. But I would see him and Robin Zander of Cheap Trick. They were really, really good friends. And they would play on a Sunday, man. You could go to this place in St. Petersburg, a bar, and they would be there, and they would get up and jam. But I did see him one time with Billy Joel, and he came up and sang Highway to Hell with Billy Joel, which was a highlight of my Billy Joel experience, which that's another video, which I think you've probably already seen. If not, go back and look for it. So anyway, that's my story. I'm 9 minutes into this. I'm trying to keep these 7 to 10 minutes. So you're not popping popcorn twice and bored and using me as a babysitter. So anyway, let's call it AC/DC and the ugliest woman I've ever met or thought. Anyway, I'm out of here. Maybe I can talk about Gene Simmons or Paul Stanley or Ace Frehley, who I met 3 months ago today, April 5th of 2016 in Atlanta. Anyway, peace out. Can I do that? And we're going to see what happens, and hopefully this thing get it posted. Leave some comments. Do something. UAB, University of Alabama at Birmingham, Kenny Wayne Shepherd on that side, Styx on that side, and just stop. Anyway, later.